Today, we're going to peel back all the fancy windows and menus and get right to the engine room of the digital world, the Linux command line. We're going to learn the actual language that builds and organizes entire systems, all with just a few words typed on a keyboard. Ready? Let's dive in. So how do you do it? How do you build a whole digital world with nothing but words? It sounds kind of like magic, right? But it's not. This is a real, direct conversation with your computer. And by the end of this, you're going to be speaking its language.
You know, the best way to learn this stuff is to just get your hands dirty. So we're not just going to give you a boring list of commands. No way. We're going to build a real project together from the ground up using nothing else.
Okay, first things first. You wouldn't start building a house without a blueprint, would you? It's the exact same idea here. Before we type a single thing, we need to have a super clear picture of what we're actually trying to make.
And here is our blueprint. It's pretty simple. We want a main folder called Project. Inside that, a source folder for our source files and a backup folder for backups. Then, inside src, we'll create two files, app.txt and notes.txt. Nice and clean. This is our target.
All right, with that plan in our heads, it's time to break ground. We are about to lay the digital foundation for our project. Let's start building the framework.
We only need two main tools for this part. First up is mkdir. Think of this as your power tool for building the folders. Then we'll use Touch, which is the perfect tool for creating brand new, totally empty files that we can fill in later. So here's our very first command. We're using mkdir, which you probably guessed stands for make directory. Now, that little negative P in there, that's a huge time saver. It tells the command, hey, create the parent project directory and then create source and backup inside it, all in one single step. It's so efficient. And boom, just like that, the skeleton of our project exists. Our folders are there, in place, ready to be filled. See how direct that was? No clicking around, no dragging and dropping, just one precise command and it's done. Okay, next up, let's use Touch. This command is like grabbing a couple blank sheets of paper and putting them on your desk ready for you to write on. We're just telling the system to create app.txt and notes.txt and put them right inside that src folder we just made. And there we have it. Our workspace is officially ready to go. The structure that we drew up in our blueprint is now a real thing on our computer. And we built the whole container for our project with just two simple commands. So an empty structure is a great start, but let's be honest, a project isn't really a project until it has some content. So let's move on from building the house and start putting some actual ideas inside it. To work on our files, we first need to step inside the right folder. The cd, or change directory command, is basically our doorway. By typing cd project/src, we're literally walking into the src room, so we can work in there directly. So how do you get text into a file without even opening it? You use echo. This command just repeats back whatever you give it. But that little greater than symbol, that's the cool part. It redirects that text into a file. Here, we're putting v1 into our app file and a quick to-do reminder into our notes file. And here's what happened. Our files aren't empty anymore. App.txt is now marked as version 1, and notes.txt has a little placeholder for our to-do list. Our project officially has a spark of life. As any project gets bigger, things can start to get a little messy. You're going to need to make copies for safety or move files around. This is just digital housekeeping, and it's absolutely essential. Now, it is crucial to understand the difference between CP and MV. Think of CP, for copy, like it's a photocopier. It makes a perfect duplicate, but the original is left untouched. MV, for move, is totally different. That's like picking up the original file and literally moving it to a new filing cabinet. The original spot is now empty. Let's see CP in action. We're telling the system to copy app.txt. The destination is ... backup/. Now, those two dots might look weird, but they're a universal shortcut for go up to the parent directory. So we're going up one level from src and then down into backup. It's the perfect way to make a safe copy. And this is what it looks like now. We have our working copy right there in an src, and we have an identical safe backup in the backup folder. We've successfully duplicated our file.
Okay, now for MV. Let's say our notes were just some temporary thoughts we jotted down. We want to move the notes.txt file out of our project entirely and put it in a system folder called /tm, which is just for temporary things. This command will move it, not copy it.
And it's gone. See? Notes.txt is no longer in our SRC folder. It hasn't been copied. It has been physically relocated to its new home in that temporary directory.
The final part of any project's lifecycle is the cleanup. Removing temporary files and empty folders. It just keeps your workspace tidy and prevents any confusion later on.
For cleanup, we have two main tools. RM is for remove, and it deletes files. Just a word of warning, be careful with this one, because when something's gone, it is gone. Then we have rmdir, which is for remove directory, and it has a nice little safety feature. It will only delete a folder if it's completely empty.
So after we run rm on our temporary notes file and rmdir on our now empty backup folder, this is what we're left with. A clean, focused project with just the essential app text file. It's lean and it's ready for whatever comes next. So there you have it. In just a few minutes, you've picked up 7 of the most fundamental commands in Linux. And this isn't just a list, it's a toolkit. A toolkit for creation, for organization, and for management. You can now build the entire life cycle of a simple project with just your keyboard. You've just learned the basic grammar of a really powerful language. You have the foundational tools to start creating pretty much anything you can imagine, starting from just a blank terminal. So the only question left is, what will you build?